LinkedIn is really, really important. Like these days, it's kind of it's a triad, right? Earlier on in the good old days, you would have a resume, you would have a cover letter, right? A cover letter was like super important because you sent a cover letter saying, hello, I'm so and so, kindly consider me, etc., etc., etc. But now it's the most important things are, of course, your resume, your portfolio, and your LinkedIn, right? These are the cornerstones of how you get a job. We'll talk specifically about LinkedIn this time. I'm also going to have masterclasses about resume, portfolio. I've had tons of masterclasses, like I have on my YouTube channel. I have even in the program. So you guys are now having regular classes for portfolio, right? Especially people from the art, etc. And even I'm having regular classes for reviewing portfolios. But one of the most important things is that your LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is kind of like it's a social media platform like Instagram, right? Now, see all these platforms, whether it is Instagram or it's Facebook or it's LinkedIn, they have a particular way in which you can use them optimally, right? Some of you may be following me on Instagram. Like when I started Gamer to Maker, my Instagram had like 300, 400 followers. It was just like my family and friends. Then it used to be my personal account. And then it went from being my personal account to my kind of like a professional account. And I didn't just like now I have what like 11,000, 12,000 followers, right? It didn't just happen by accident, right? A lot of credit, I would say most of the credit goes to my wife because Milena, my wife, she did a lot of studies. She did a lot of courses. Like I've literally spent lakhs of rupees on doing training for her and for myself to actually study social media marketing and very, very particular platforms. Instagram is one of those things that you can just keep posting random things, and people like you get 20 likes, you get 30 likes, maybe one day you get 100 likes. Like, yeah, I got 100 likes, I got a few shares. But to actually rocket on the social media platform, be it LinkedIn or be it Instagram, of course, we don't have TikTok, right? But to actually rocket on these platforms, you have to know what you're doing, right? You have to know what you're doing. And I've actually invested a lot of time and money in learning how to do Instagram. And I've also had some training for LinkedIn as well, right? Now, LinkedIn is something which I've been on for many, many years. Now, LinkedIn is kind of like a social media platform, but it's a professional social media platform, right? So it is incredibly important. And see, remember one thing. One thing is to get a job for the first time. Right now, you guys are like at the point where you're students, you're studying, and you're like, oh my God, my first job. I hope I get a job. It's like, oh, give me a job, give me a job. You'll get a job, right? Don't worry about it. Like you kind of stick to it. You do your project, you build a portfolio, you do your stuff, you'll get a job. I promise you'll get a job. Okay. But then what happens next? You get a job for say 30,000 a month, 35,000 a month. What happens next? Can you go? You'll start doing your job and you'll be like, man, this 35,000 is not enough. I need 50,000 and I need 60,000. And then like you get married and have a kid and you'll be like, holy shit, I need to make a lakh rupees a month to to survive and pay my kids' fees, right? So that's got your needs and your requirements are going to keep going up and up and up and up and up. That is where LinkedIn comes in. So LinkedIn is like your resume, it's like your portfolio, but it's always there. It's always there, right? It's like a visiting card. It's like a visiting card. In the old days, people would have a visiting card and they would say, hey, this is my visiting card. And say, oh, thank you. And like people still use it, but it's kind of useless right now. If you want to deal with someone professionally, it's LinkedIn, right? It's LinkedIn. That's where all the action happens. And LinkedIn is a very, very particular kind of social media platform as well. So what I'll do is I'm going to kind of like share my LinkedIn with you. Very, 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 very important thing is your profile picture. Okay. Try to make it professional. If necessary, go to a goddamn studio. Try and have some kind of personality in your picture. Let it be a good quality picture. Let there be contrast, right? The reason I've selected this picture is not, this is me. If you click on my picture, like, what am I doing in this picture? Right? This is me giving a lecture at VIT Bhopal. It shows that I'm talking to people. I'm giving a talk. So that instantly gives me authority. People say, oh, wow, because this guy is actually on the stage talking to people, which means that there is some authority in there. right? That's the whole idea. So if he's obviously reached a certain level that he can actually get up on stage and talk to some people. So that's the idea of LinkedIn is very different from social media. It's to not show that you're cool. But LinkedIn is not the place to be cool. LinkedIn is the place to be professional. The next very important thing is your cover photo, right? Now, this cover photo is really important. For me, obviously, I put gamer to maker, right? But what you guys can do is that here you can actually put something that you have made. You can put, if you are a designer, you can put like a project that you're working on in Gamer to Maker. You can put some art over there, something that you build, something that your portfolio, like it should be something that you build. Don't just like take a screenshot of Assassin's Creed and put it in there, right? Try and put like a nice angle to make it visually appealing, right? If you're a programmer, you can actually like take a, see, if you're a programmer, you can take a screenshot of some code you're making and put it in there. Like basically try and show some visual appeal, try and show something associated, try and show your work. Okay, even if you're a programmer, like, okay, actually don't put like lines of code, that'd be stupid. If you're a programmer, put in the screenshot of one of the games that you're playing, right? A nice angle, some nice colors, some nice visuals, put that in there. You have to decide what's the most important thing. There are also people who will randomly put like a full Mahabharat in the thing, this and that, this and Nagaram and Bagaram, and I do this and I've done this and don't do that. Make it simple. Okay. Decide who you are firstly, right? Don't be like game writer, level designer, founder, dreamer, doer, etc. And for God's sakes, don't put your pronouns in there, please. Right? Don't put like he, she, and all that stuff. It's rubbish. Don't put aspiring, right? People, I'm an aspiring game artist. No, you're not. If you're in G2M, you're already a game artist because you've done some stuff. Just because you don't have a job as a game artist doesn't mean you're not a game artist. If you're working on a project in G2M, you're already a game artist or a game programmer or a game designer. See, this is how you impress people. This is your first impression that somebody is going to have looking at you. Put in over there what you think is going to impress people, right? So for me, game maker and career, who am I fundamentally? I'm a game maker. I make video games, and I'm also a career mentor, right? I also teach people. So I've encapsulated. I'm a game maker and I'm a career mentor. And then what is the most impressive thing that you have to tell people? It could be your education, right? For me, I am an alumni of the Berkeley Haas Business School, right? So I put UC, which is University of California, Berkeley Haas. People will look at that and be like, okay, wow, this guy's, he's not from like some, he's from a good, like he studied. If he's a professional and he understands business to some extent because he's actually done a program from one of the world's best business schools. This is where you guys should ideally put gamer to maker, game and level designer, for example, vertical slice, gamer to maker. Okay. Next up, here you have the companies you work for. So let me see if you go and edit it. This is your basic info, right? Your name, I don't have an additional name, pronouns, I haven't put any, game maker and career mentor, and your current position. Automatically, it comes up over here. Next, you have featured here. So the featured, once again, is what you want to show off, right? Immediately, you want to talk about yourself. So basically, these are links. Now, remember a very, very, very important, one of the most important things about LinkedIn or any other social platform is that any social platform hates to have you click a link and go away from their platform. Remember that, right? They don't like you going away from their platform. They want to keep you on their platform, right? So on Facebook, etc., if you put a YouTube video, Facebook will not serve that post because you're going to be clicking on the YouTube video or you're going to be clicking a link and you'll be going outside of Facebook. And people don't want that. Social media platforms want you to stay on their platform. With the exception of this part, on LinkedIn, you have the feature. So if I click on, so I've got two things in here. I've got Gamer to Maker. So if you could just click on Gamer to Maker, you go straight to the website. And the next one is the Discord server. This is where your portfolio comes in. Very, very, very important because that's what people want. You may not even have actually activated a feature section in your LinkedIn profile, right? Just activate it. Like you can put a feature section in and you don't even have to have two. You can just put in one. You can just put in your, or if you have, for example, you have a YouTube video of your game, you can just like, you can add it over here, add a post, add a newsletter, add an article, add a link, add media. You can add stuff. You can add media as well. You can add a post as well. If you have the choice, don't put a YouTube link. Upload the video to LinkedIn. Even LinkedIn has videos. So my advice is to upload the video to LinkedIn, right? And then LinkedIn will serve it to more people. Okay. So if you have a show reel or a portfolio, or you uploaded a video of your game or a trailer of your game or something like that, that's what you put over here. Next, about very, very important section. I do a lot of stuff, but like right now for me, I still have my day job right now, right? So I have put in what I do. Don't write a Ram Kahani. Write what is most important. For you, don't get all emotional. Since I was a child, I've been playing games and I love this. And no, right? People don't on LinkedIn don't really care about your childhood emotions. Okay. What they care about is, can I work with this person? They're looking for a professional fit. Now that you're doing a project in G2M, that is the real deal to showcase in LinkedIn, right? And especially if it's a group project, this is what you got to showcase. So you say, I'm a game designer. I've been working on the documentation of my game, etc., etc. You talk a little bit about what motivates you and what you've been doing so far, right? And what your skill is. My core skill is I'm a game designer. If someone asks me, Rahul, what are you? I'll say, I'm a game designer. I do a lot of other stuff. I do art direction, I run a business, I teach people. Fundamentally, like if I had to choose one thing, if someone says, okay, I'm going to pay you $1 million a month, just choose one thing. I would dump everything else and I would be a game designer. Like I would just design games. I was just like writing documents and making sketches and like doing that kind of shit. That's fundamentally what I am. So put that over there. About, very, very important. Okay. Next, of course, it comes to experience. Now, experience is where you put in, for most of you, if you guys have already done something, if you guys have some experience. Now, see, this is important because this has to be heading towards what you want to do. Do you want to get a job as a game designer? Then your most important points in LinkedIn have to be about game design, right? Do you want to be a game artist, right? Then people should look at the first thing in experience. I can't have game to make up because my people at my job will be saying, "Tu hamari naukri kar raha hai, apna dhanda chal raha hai." Right. So which is why I have to I have to have my day job up there right now because I'm still being paid a salary. For example, you can say game designer, gamer to maker, game art, game programmer, gamer to maker, Unreal developer, gamer to maker. I haven't updated my list of games for like 3 years because it would be like 2 pages of games or 3 pages of games. So I kind of gave up. You've done your experience and then you have to put your education. Obviously, TK. So over here, I'm not sure if gamer to maker is going to show up in your education because for some reason it is not. I can't see if you can put education as gamer to maker. I'm not sure if it'll work because the alumni tool is not working for some reason. What is very important is recommendations. These are all the people who have recommended me. It's basically people who have said nice stuff about me, the people who have worked with me. You can specifically ask people to write your recommendation. Right? You can ping them and say, hey man, listen, you work with me. Can you please give me a recommendation? And this is very useful. People look at this stuff. And don't just look at my profile, guys. Okay. Instead of spending time doom scrolling on like Facebook and watching random shit on Instagram, my recommendation is to start like researching the shit out of LinkedIn. Go, say suppose you want to work for Ubisoft. Find Ubisoft India and start looking at the people in Ubisoft India. Start looking at their profiles. See how they've set their profiles up, right? That's who you should be stalking instead of your ex-girlfriend. Right? So this is generally how you set up your LinkedIn profile. Okay. Next is posts. Go show all activity. Basically, this is all the stuff that I've done. Yeah, this is me. So this is my post, right? This is I posted a video. I had some event happening, so I posted that over here. I had a demo class. I posted over here. I have posted a video, and as you can notice, I have not put a link to a YouTube video. Okay, see what I've done over here. It's very important. So I've actually edited a 40 like I think maybe a minute long. I've taken an extract of my main YouTube video and I put like 40 to 50 seconds over here. And what I've done is that I've mentioned click on the link in the first comment to watch the full video. Why? It's because LinkedIn does not recommend posts that will take you out. So this is a little bit sneaky. So if you want to link to an outside site, you can actually link it in the first comment. Okay. But see, if you guys are just starting off on LinkedIn, you don't have to worry too much about that because your network is going to be small. Okay. What can you share? Now, let me show you some of the posts. Now, how do you post? How do you make a post where you get people's attention? Okay, I'll show you a post like this. This is a post that I made. Remember that in the post, people are only going to see 2 lines of the post. So the first 2 lines of the post have to be very, very important. It has to be something that makes people click on the see more over here, right? So my first line is want to work in India's best game studios as a game artist in 3D, 2D concept art, animation, pixel art, or technical art. That's a hook, right? People will be like, oh yeah, I totally want to work as a game artist in India's best game studios, right? Then you can even see your impressions. Like this has 2,396 impressions. It gives you a chance to look at analytics, etc. So as you can see, the static posts don't get so many views. The videos that I posted get constantly 2,000, 3,000 views, almost double of the static posts, right? So everyone likes videos. What kind of post can I make? Post the stuff that you're doing. Post the stuff that you're learning. Okay. Don't worry too much about views right now. Don't worry too much about like you're doing assignments in Game Maker, right? Whatever you're doing, whether you're doing design, programming, or art, post your progress. Tell people about what you're doing. Tell people about what you're learning. Make it visual. Post short videos. If you're working on a game, keep updating them, right? Because see, remember, even if you've been like 6 months into G2M, you know a lot more already than someone who's not in G2M, someone who's just like randomly on LinkedIn, like, oh, I don't know what to do. You know some stuff. Post that stuff. Or whenever I decide to work with someone, there are 2 factors. One is skill level. How good is this person? Right? That's important because obviously, if you're working with someone, you want them to be skilled, right? The second and more important one is attitude, right? Is this person a learner? Is this person someone who is passionate about their work? Or is it someone who's static? Right? Those are 2 very important things. Sometimes I'll decide to hire someone who say, suppose this person's skill level is here and this person's skill level is here, right? This person is very skilled, but this person's attitude is here and this person's attitude is here. I'll hire this person because skill goes up with time. Skill grows with time. If you're passionate and if your attitude is good, your skill is going to go up. But this guy whose skill is high, but attitude and professionalism is not good, that guy I'm not going to work with because that's going to be, okay, maybe when that person, I start working that person, I'll have good progress. But after some time, there's always going to be trouble. Have the attitude of a learner. Keep posting stuff. You go for a conference, you go for indie game developer conference, post pictures, post your learnings. Just post, right? Social media, the whole point of social media platform is to post stuff. Like cut your Facebook or whatever time and start with posting on LinkedIn. It's going to be a lot more beneficial to you guys. Baller B, post the gameplay videos, talk about the challenges that you faced, right? What challenges you were facing. Post a picture of like your prototype, the first way that make like an edited video of your first playable, and then yeah, how it looked at the beginning, how the first build was, how the second build was, post that stuff.